October 11, 2017. For just the second time in his career, all-time bantamweight great Dominick The Dominator Cruz 222 is coming off a loss. The last was in 2007. That time, Cruz waited 364 days before his return, a first-round knockout of Kenneth Ames at Total Combat 27. This time, Cruz will walk into the cage exactly 1 year after his unanimous decision championship loss to Cody Garbrandt 110. Kevin Lee fought a tough battle with Tony Ferguson for the interim lightweight title at UFC 216 this past weekend. But his weight cut wasn't much easier. His coach spoke with Brett Okamoto about whether he should stay at that weight class or move up. Saturday's interim UFC lightweight title fight between Tony Ferguson and Kevin Lee was one of the better fights of 2017, but it nearly didn't happen after Kevin Lee's drastic weight cut. It's another example of why it's time for UFC to step up and change. As Garbrandt readies to defend the belt against the man from whom Cruz took it, TJ Dillashaw 143, Cruz heads outside the 135-pound triumvirate to face Jimmy Rivera 211 at UFC 219 on December 30 in Las Vegas. "I just had to make sure I felt 100%, Cruz said. "I used to be able to do 3 fights per year. I think now, at this point in my career, I'm going to have to stick to 2 fights per year. And I'm okay with that, because I'm doing this because I enjoy doing this." Cruz, to be fair, has a resume that warrants title fights and eliminators exclusively. Before his loss to Garbrandt at UFC 207, Cruz went 130 over 9 years, cleaning out the WEC and UFC bantamweight divisions in the process. Among the men hanging their heads as official decisions were Reed, all with a belt on the line, former champ Dillashaw, pound-for-pound king Demetrius Johnson 2,621 and UFC Hall of Fame inductee Uriah Faber 3,410 twice. Cruz doesn't hide that becoming champion again is his explicit goal. He says the fight opposite Rivera, ranked the number 3 bantamweight contender, is his means to that end. "We don't make near as much money, we don't get paid near the same unless we fight for the belt," Cruz said. "It doesn't matter, though. Jimmy Rivera, to me, is the title fight. This is how I've approached every fight until now. The person they put in front of me is the title. That's it." Jimmy Rivera, right, has not lost a fight since 2008. Ed Mulholland GT Image Cruz will need to imagine a belt is on the line for only the second time in the last 8 years. The other time, he dismantled Takeya Mizugaki 21,122 in 61 seconds at UFC 178. It was Cruz's first appearance after a 3-year hiatus following a litany of injuries and medical setbacks that forced him to vacate the belt. This test seems more formidable. Rivera is 50 since joining the UFC in 2015, with 4 of the 5 wins going the full 15 minutes. The 28-year-old is unbeaten since his second career fight in 2008, a split decision loss at 150 pounds. The 32-year-old Cruz has a significant advantage in height, reach and experience. He says the recipe for a championship return is simple, albeit a bit ambiguous. "I just have to be me, man," Cruz said. "Me being me doesn't lose to Jimmy Rivera. But more importantly, a healthy me doesn't lose to anybody in the world."